Welcome to a fresh new episode of Tarot Siddhi. We have come halfway through the journey of the major arcana of Tarot. I hope you're enjoying this path. Write to me about what you've been feeling, thinking, how has this learning process been for you till now. My address is voicesandviews@gmail.com. I'll be waiting for your response. Now moving on with today's episode, we have two more cards in store for you. The first one is Temperance, which is card number 14, and it's followed by the Devil, card number 15. But let's be on the happy side for now. Temperance. It's about the temper. It's about how you've been feeling, how calm have you been. Now this is a big thing. This is a beautiful angel that you see in this card, and Rider-Waite-Pack has an angelic influence amongst many other tarot decks available in the market. This one has an angelic influence, and I can see why. Onto this card, let's pay attention to the symbolic structure of this card. As you can see, card number 14 has this angel in the center whose one foot is in the water and the other is on the ground. It means that there's a state of balance that has been kept. The angel is in both the dimensions, in one and the other. You've balanced the material with the spiritual. There's a very, very keen balance maintained. He's pouring water from one cup to the other, and I'll come to this one later. But it means that the peace is flowing, that the joy is flowing. It's a fluid, emotional card at the same time. On the chest of this angel, you see a square and there's a triangle. And this is a very, very ancient, esoteric symbol, very, very deeply spiritual symbol. And if you study any of these deep esoteric sciences, you'll often find a triangle in a square. And there are very, very in-depth studies done on this particular symbolism. There's this angelic aura, and there's a beautiful garden. There's a path that's leading to a sunshine. Now coming back to the symbolism of this card, you can see that the angel is pouring nectar from the left hand to the right hand cup. And he's standing in a very precarious balance, one foot in water, one foot on the land. There's a beautiful garden. There's a path that's leading to a sunlit zone. Very, very beautiful path. As you can see, there's a lot of angelic presence, a lot of blessing, a lot of prayer. And there's this ancient spiritual symbol on his chest, a triangle on a square. And this is the card number 14, Temperance. It talks about the calm, cool, centered energy that a person needs to harness when they want to move ahead with their path in life. This is exactly the angel is trying to say. Maintain a beautiful balance. One foot in the material world and one foot in the spiritual world, and you'll be home. And there's a lot of blessing that comes to you when this card comes in a reading. It says that God is taking care of you. There are angels in your life, and which they are. But now you can see their presence coming in front of you. This is one of their ways of making their presence felt. Especially if you're just shuffling the cards and Temperance falls down, then you will definitely see there's an angelic message coming through. Your angels might be trying to contact you at that moment. And there's a lot of brightness and joy, but there's a little bit of waste happening here. You can see nectar is being poured on nectar. What's the use? So that's what the angel is trying to say. You have the energy in your hands. You have to harness it and send it in the right direction. There's no point in playing with it from one side to the other. It needs to be spread. It needs to go out. Your attitude and your good energy will be moving ahead, and then only it can do something great for you. So when this card comes, it's an advice. It's an advice from the angelic realm, you can say. It's an advice from tarot to take it in a calm and a cool manner. Whatever your question might be, this is the approach, this is the answer, this is a guidance card, and it's a very good meditation card also, especially if you have issues with your temper, if you get angry too quickly and you don't know how to control your emotions. Sit with this card in a quiet corner where you will be undisturbed 15-20 minutes at home or in a garden, wherever you find yourself comfortable, and put this card in front of you. Look at this card. And this is a process which we call scrying, S-C-R-Y-I-N-G. Scrying means that you keep a very powerful symbol in front of you. It could be a candle, it could be Temperance card or the Strength card that we spoke about earlier. These are very positive cards in tarot. Keep the Temperance in front of you and sit quietly and just look at the card. Ask the card what is it that it wants to tell you. Soon enough, messages will start coming into your consciousness and you will get the entire message of this card. Whenever this card comes, take some time out to scry at this card in a little deep in-depth manner, and you will see what it's trying to say. So this is a beautiful guidance card from tarot, and it's talking about your attitude, your temper, your feelings and your emotions. So when you see this card, remember the first thing, it's about your mind, it's about your feelings, it's about that calm, cool disposition. You can also look at this card as a blessing from the angels and a beautiful message coming across. Whenever this card comes, the situation will improve, provided you keep this sense of balance and a little bit of detachment from the situation, and make sure that you send your energy in the correct direction. Don't just toy with it, don't just play with it. Now moving on to the second card of today's episode. This is card number 15, the Devil. Now Devil is not another being out there who is out to play with your life, although it does look like that in this card. There's a woman, there's a man, they are tied very strongly, they can't get out of this situation. There's nothing negative, except it's all happening in the mind. In practical sense, you will see whenever you're reading for someone or for yourself, there's nothing really happening in their life which would look negative, but inside, in their heart, in their mind, they would be feeling terribly stuck. The energy is that they're not able to move out of this situation where they've landed themselves into. It could be a stuck relationship, a marriage not working, or a job where you feel that you're not being able to grow, you're not being able to do something creative, you're not getting any kind of satisfaction or joy, and you just can't even move ahead or move away from that place because you seem to be stuck there. Maybe because of your need, or maybe it's just not happening. It's not possible for you some way to get out of this situation. This is what the Devil says. But remember, in any other tarot deck, if you look, especially in the Zen tarot deck, you'll see that this card is called Mind. This is not Devil in modern tarot decks. So it's an insight into what the Devil really is. The ancient teachers are basically trying to say that mind is the devil. It's all happening in the mind. So whenever you see this card come in a spread, understand that whatever situation your client is in or you are in, it's a mental state. There's nothing really in the physical realm that can supplement this is occurring, but it's all in the mind. So if you feel you're stuck, it's all in your mind. If the relationship is not working properly, it's again all in your mind. You can change it, you can improve it. Now let's look at this picture in a very, very clear way, what exactly it means. There's this character, very, very negative, the way it looks. There's a star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointed star, and 5 pointed star is considered to be a very, very powerful symbol. In fact, ancient people used to wear this as a talisman in their neck and carry it with them, and it's a symbol of positivity. But if it turns negative, it can manifest all kinds of sad situations in your life, and this is exactly what has happened. The energy has gone awry. There's a woman tied to a man, but are they? They are tied to another wall here. They look as if they're stuck to each other, but they are not. It's just an illusion happening in their mind. The first time you'll see they're stuck to each other, but then you'll see they're just stuck to this wall. They are not ready to look into any other direction. They're stuck in their own negativity. There's fire burning behind this man. There's a pile of fruits kept here, and it's a gift probably that she can give to this man, but she's not giving him. So these people are holding on to their energies. They are not talking to each other. They're not looking eye to eye. They certainly can't bear to be away from each other, and they're not enjoying each other's company either. So when this card comes in a marriage, you can easily say that the relationship is going through troubled waters, and we need to reassess everything in this relationship, but it's all in the mind. Nothing has still gone wrong. They can salvage the situation, provided they ask the tarot for an advice, for a viewpoint where you can look at solutions rather than just keep concentrating on the problem. And this is all mind. Remember, I told you in the Osho Tarot, this is the mind card. It's all the mind. It's a very dysfunctional mental image in that deck. You can look at the Devil over the net, and you will find there are lots of other card decks that have spoken about this. And it's not necessarily a negative influence or someone has done black magic or any of that. This is just mind thinking in a very negative way. And the human mind can create a lot of negativity and a lot of positivity. It's all in your hands, and this is exactly where the magic of tarot lies. When you see these kind of cards surfacing, you should always ask the tarot for an advice, for a guidance, and it'll come through, and you will know how to nullify this situation without doing any kind of tricks or spells or any kind of incantations or whatever. You just have to change the way someone's thinking, and the situation will change. So Devil, You remember, stuck energy and nothing is really moving. There's a lot of negativity in a relationship or in the work environment, and this can be changed by just shifting of the attitude. That's exactly what the Devil card is. It's all in the mind. So when you see this card coming, there's nothing tangible which is negative. It's just a mental situation, and it can be dissolved very easily. So moving further, in the next episode I'll be talking about two more cards of the major arcana, card number 16 and card number 17. Now one of them is pretty scary and the other one is beautiful, and we are looking at the contrast in tarot. In fact, this is the truth with the major cards. One card is extremely grave and the other one is so bright and beautiful you cannot believe your eyes. And when these come in your reading, they have very strong messages for you. We'll be moving on our journey. Next Friday I see you again on Tarot City. Another beautiful episode waits for you. Happy living.